Welcome back to Fairhead and this Fairhead Fair Energy malarkey that we are playing, I guess you'd say. Again, we have got the help of Eagles and Marnox. We've got Eagles, who is liming in field 80. Got Marnox in front of me in our newly purchased Porsche drill, which had a little bit of a faux pas. We almost had a wheat field, but yeah, spotted it early enough, so job's a good one. So the plan for each field will be to mulch, lime, reseed, roll, done with, leave it, and then we can fertilise whenever. Might look to use the digestate, probably a good idea. But other than that, it'll be fertiliser, etc. Now, put the server up earlier, and to give the guys something to do while I was faffing around, they did 2 contracts. So we've got field 20 that's done and field 82. So collect on those. So yeah, we've got, I don't actually know how many bales we got left over. I think it's these ones here, yeah, silage. Yeah, so this stack here of 8, 9 bales left over. Not too bad. I'm guessing some went into the BGA as well, but not fussed. That's where they're all going to end up. So, without any further ado, once we've got a headland done, or 2 headlands done, we can start the rolling and see how many fields we can get done in this episode. So, in a mildly annoying development, it turns out, for whatever reason, we are not able to direct drill grass on this. I'm going to say save. Don't want to necessarily say that it's the map, but the only place that it was actually putting down fresh grass seed was where Marnox had inadvertently put wheat down. So I'm glad I checked, and the reason that I spotted it was the fact that we weren't getting the rolled that needs rolling requirement. So yeah, we tried various different things. We've got another drill, and yeah, so another step. I'm not going to say in the dance because I hate that saying, but another step in the process. But between us, we will get it done. Probably means we're going to get slightly less done than originally anticipated, but never mind. What I do need to be very careful of is that I don't overwrite what Marnox has planted. Now, the other thing that's weird is the sound. Every now and again, it cuts in and out. Hopefully, it's not too frequent. Yeah, weird. I'm not used to this having your own server malarkey and not troubleshooting, but okay, it's just when you stop, you stupid boy. Oh, the cultivating sound stops. Yeah, because you've stopped the tracks, you absolute melt. Right, so that's more lime being purchased, I would imagine. But this is the cool thing, you know, we've got... If it was me doing this now, I'd be like, for goodness sake. But, as there's a group of us, it's like, okay, another job, fine. We'll just slow down. We'll bring Eagles off of Lyman, once he's had enough of that. And we'll just crack on and we'll get it done together. So, yeah. And that is what we are going to do. So, I will return shortly with a status update. So, it turns out that I was having sound problems. And between us, we've worked out, well, I say between us, Eagles and Marnox have worked out that it's the man truck. So that's why the money's gone up. I did notice earlier when I was walking around and near it in the yard, I've got no footsteps. So, yeah, that's a new one. But after I'd just stopped the last recording, I've got nothing. I've got an electric sounding Massey, just that sort of no noise at all. So yeah, a bit weird, bit of a shame. Quite like that truck, but we've got the trailer, so we'll have to make do. Otherwise, progress is good. Eagles is over there in the distance doing the liming. Marnox is catching me up. And I'm trying not to obliterate the headlands that he has already sown, but with an odd shaped field it's a bit difficult, but we'll get there between us. So I tell you what I'm going to do. We are going to rejoin most likely when this field is done, and then we'll crack on, move on to the next one, and we'll see how we're doing for light, basically, because I'm aware that although it is playable for us, you lot have got to watch it. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Well, we're into November, the light had gone and it just wasn't working. So, but if we have a look, this is our brand new laid field. 125% expected yield potential 125%. Get in. So that is bang on. Let's just have a quick check at the old precision farming. One, you've got to be 100. You've got to be 100. 81? Based off what? I know. The second one down is pH. Righto. And third one down is weed control. We might need to quite quickly get the old John Deere see and spray, scratch and sniff thingy bob out. So I now need to... Everything is limed. We've got 80 being cultivated, so we need the drill, which is... The sound still goes every now and again. It's weird. There, like there, it's gone. Just cut out. That is bizarre. How? Why have we emptied the seed? Right, I'm back, and yeah, I don't get the sound thing. Oh, it's back again. That is very, very peculiar. So we've got quite a good rhythm going now. All the liming is done. Apart from 70, which is the really tiny field to access. Now, I'm not sure going forward whether we're going to keep that field. it's one of those ones that you think, we did it, but would I want to do the multi-pack bales in there every time? So I'm going to keep hold of it for now, but I would like to expand the operation, get some bigger fields, you know, with the help, and even without, you know, it would be quite cool. So that's a plan. That's one of the plans that I've got. The other is to, at some point, change the fleet. Now, how much that will cost, who knows? I certainly don't, and I've certainly got no idea what we'd go for. That's something to think about, probably nearer the time, middle of next game year, maybe. I think. Yeah, don't hold me to that one. But yeah, otherwise it's going really well, and I was just thinking about sort of this save, and I've got a lot to owe it already, really, and being a sentimental softy. If I hadn't have done it, then goodness knows how long it would have taken to get to 1,000 subs. I'm not knocking any of the maps, and I said to Mrs. Cartech at the start of Court Farms, I says, this will get me to 1,000 subs. And don't get me wrong, it did a good job of getting me close, but the height seemed to drop off so quickly from that map, and I don't know why, because it's fantastic. Alright, we all know it's a tight map, but that's how it was designed. That's what Oxygen David had got, you know, in his plan. But yeah, so this save got me to 1,000 subs. It enables me to just come on and, with very little thought, play Farm Sim. Which, I don't know, I'll give you an example. So today, earlier on, I was recording on Court Farms. So wanted to get into September, I'm going to say. Goodness me, it was only earlier on. But because of we must have nearly 600 and maybe nearly 600 pigs. Right, they're using Maize Plus. They eat a lot, so they take some feeding, and that takes time. So, and I'm not complaining, just explaining. I know I do it to myself. I did it on Calmston with all of the cows, you know, so I know what's in store, but it's great just to come on here, play, record, chat, and then there's the multiplayer. I'm looking for a worker now, and I can't believe it. There we go. I think this is Eagles now. I should put the names up, really. Yeah, that one's Eagles. And you know, just come on and play with these guys, and I'm half tempted to see if there can't be other guests. Now, I'm not saying there will be. The thought has literally just popped into my head. So, I'll put the feelers out. But yeah, you never know. If you don't ask, you don't get. In my book. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for this. But for now, I am just loving the time spent with these guys. We're not even chatting together. It's just the odd message on the in-game chat, say, do you want to come over here and do this? I know Eagles sort of went off and very autonomously did all of the liming. I'm conscious that you don't want people to just have to go and do one job. So Marnix is off somewhere mulching now, and we might well swap again very soon, just to keep it interesting for everybody. And yeah, and for you guys really. You've seen me drill hundreds of acres, but yeah, you catch my drift. It's a great, easy, fun, relaxed save, and it's great to be able to share it with other people. Yeah, you've got to love FS textures. I know exactly why, because we've dragged it from a bit that was unmulched, and then that was cultivated straight without being mulched, and now we've got a bit of a band round the outside, but well, it is what it is. I mean, alright, didn't quite make that turn then. Could have maybe done with an extra headland at this end, but we're cracking through it. It's just great fun. If you haven't played multiplayer and you have the opportunity to, I really would recommend it. It's great fun. You know, even just two people, like, you know, me and Disturbed on a Friday afternoon, a couple of hours, we just get stuff done, chat, mostly, and he would agree with this, mostly rubbish. But yeah, it's just two mates chilling out, playing farm sim. And these Marnix and Eagles both do a fantastic job. You could say they were outstanding in their field. Groan. But they are. They just crack on. They don't arse around. And they just get stuff done. Don't need to be... We're not on the chat every 2 minutes. I've said, look, we're going to do try and do as many fields as we can. Leave field 70. And they're just cracking on. I've said to them, you know, if you want to swap jobs, let's do it. They just crack on. It's brilliant. Couldn't ask for more. And, you know, it's a... Not a trust thing, it sounds... But... I guess it is. You know... trusting them not to screw up and go off and do something completely random. And, you know, the fact is, when you play multiplayer normally, like if you're not recording, it's probably not so bad. But if you're also trying to make a video out of it, then, you know, there's that sort of, not worry, but it's that, how much editing am I going to have to do? But with these two, so far, touch wood, it's awesome. And it is really, really, really enjoyable. So where are we with things? So we've got Eagles in field 67 doing the cultivating. We have got Marnix, who is topping up with seed, I think. I think he's going to drill 67, most likely. And I am in 76 doing some mulching. So we are making so much progress. Alright, there's a bit of rolling that needs doing, but at the rate we are going, I don't think there's going to be many fields that we have not completed, which is awesome. Now, one of the things and one of the reasons why I chose the Massey, whoa, is because of my bad driving. No, it's because of its turning circle. It turns so well, and with these narrow entrances and tight corners. It's absolutely brilliant. So that has to be a factor in... Ooh, don't think even the mass is going to do that one. No, that's because we've got the back wheel off the ground. Right, we'll just back up a touch and try again. No, no, we've got properly stuck now. Forward, anything like that? No. Right, let's just... There we go. Back it up nice and slow. Nobody saw anything. So as I was saying, I've done it again. The Massey turns on a dime. So that kind of needs to be factored into the next fleet. I don't know. Fleet of 8Rs, 7Rs. Don't know. It'll be interesting. Because we need the power because of the hills. But also you're trying to keep a relatively compact body, I suppose, I guess you'd say. Yeah, something to consider. But like I say, we're a while off yet. We're going to need a substantial amount of money for that. And what are they buying now? Oh, seeds, I'll let them off. Spending the hard-earned cash. To be fair, I haven't looked at ye old production. So electric charge, that's fine. We've got no methane, and the grass silage has run out. So yeah, might need to get some more loaded in a bit, but for now the distributors are keeping up, which is good. Don't want to have to use the cheaty one overly much. I still can't believe I put that in. Like I said, it was early in the morning and I was like, oh, I could have took it out, but I don't think it was until I'd actually started recording and went into the production menu that I realised. Yeah, just one of those things. These things happen. Right, gonna crack on, get some more mulching done, and yeah, we'll see you in a bit. We're just on the way to the next field, and I know I've just drove past them, but you can see them here to my left. The bushes and their colour, rather than just dying off completely like other ones, these just sort of stay there, but just look a bit more dead. Which is very accurate for the time of year. Well, I guess, in the UK. We are in the UK. So, yeah, it's very cool. Quite like that. Now, I think we can access the remaining ones, or the remaining fields from here, I think. Still finding my way about. Now, what was I going to talk about? Ah, that was it. Things I've been watching. Oh my days. Still game. I can't remember if I've mentioned this before. Well, now why is that leaving the... Whatever. Still game. So it's on... popular streaming service. Can you say the name? You have to say other streaming providers are available. Ah, whatever. Netflix. It's on Netflix. Good still games. About two. They are old. Old Scottish blokes. And their friendship group. And comedy. Very funny, easy to watch. About nine series, I think, something like that. And I finished it last night, or we finished it. Me and Mrs. Cartech finished it last night. I can't remember the hill or mountain they were trying to climb, and it just sort of panned away from them, and then so this is the last one ever, and it did like it went around all the different characters and they just sort of faded away, and then it was just left with the barman at the end, because he was a lot younger than them. I thought, oh, what an ending. So yeah, would recommend that if you want an easy watch. Go and find Still Game. Well, it'll be everybody's cup of tea, but it made me chuckle. What else have I watched recently? Oh, We Are the World, another one on said streaming platform. Whatever you think of the song and stuff like that, 1985, I think it was. So there was a need to do a charity single, or a want to do a charity single. So Lionel Richie and he said Rich T then. And Michael Jackson were chosen to write the song. So they got together over however many weeks, I think it was. I don't think it was months. I think it was weeks to write this song. And then the plan was to get everybody together after the American Music Awards to record this song in one night. So they do the awards, and I think Lionel Richie was hosting it and all this sort of thing. And then everybody starts turning up at this studio. And there's... I'm going to forget somebody, but so you'll have to watch it. So there's like... Billy Joel, Huey Lewis, there's... Diana Ross, there is Dionne Warwick, there's Tina Turner, there's Bruce Springsteen, all of these different people, and Bob Dylan. There's Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, amongst lots of others that, you know, were there, and obviously very talented singers. So there's always been the thing about Bob Dylan where he, you know, people have said, oh, he can't sing. But, and I think, you know, I think he was quite intimidated by it all. So he was doing a solo. And it was quite emotional, actually. Because he was clearly struggling with it, and everybody was still in the room, and they were, you know, they were quiet, but they still had to, you know, they were there, and you had to do your solo, and there was big voices, and all of a sudden he just says, Stevie, can you play it for me? So Stevie Wonder plays the song, and I never knew this bit, but Stevie Wonder apparently is fantastic for imitating voices. So not only did he play Bob Dylan the song, but he sang the part that Bob Dylan was singing in Bob Dylan's voice to help the bloke, you know, listen to it and understand it and get what he needed to do in his head. And I thought, that is just, how cool is that? And then at one point they're all going round getting one another's signatures. And it's like, and it reminded me very much of Lama, and the fact that, you know, well, I did. I don't know about anybody else. I went round and I was getting everybody else's signatures. You know, but yeah, joking apart, whenever you think of the song and yeah, it's naff, whatever, yada, go and have a watch, because it's actually it's a really interesting thing how they got everybody together and just did it all in one night. And I guess, I don't know the time, and I was a bit young, I guess that was the precursor to like Live Aid, the concert, which was the year after. Was that 86? 86 Live Aid? I could check, but then I'd have to go out the game. But yeah, just a genuinely easy watch. It was very, very cool. Yeah, to see everybody in the same room. They were like, yeah, just helping each other out, and yeah, it's very cool. Very, very cool to watch. Right, I'm not actually sure where everyone else is at the minute. I should probably go find out. So yeah, I'll be back with you in a second. So there's Marnix, and I've just passed Eagles in the field. There you can just see his cab veering over the hill. Is it me, or did anybody else know that you could attach this mulcher to the front of the tractor and it still works? Because you can. I did it a second ago. I think what I'd done is I'd lifted it up for some reason and then loaded it down and reversed and it mulched. So I was like, oh, well, that's technically forwards, but it's going backwards. So I was like, oh, yeah, you can. You could attach, if you'd got a... Oh, now here's thinking. If you'd got a 9-metre mulcher, no, yeah, well, this is 8.9, so we'll say 9 for the sake of argument. And if you went into, if we go into Cedars, did they do a 9, 6, 8, 12, or a 9, 3, 6, 12? Yeah, you'd want the 8, wouldn't you? You'd want that 8 one. Where was the 8? Was there even an 8? Yeah, you'd want the 8-metre one. Set your... No, would it overlap? Yeah, there's potential there. Be able to do mulching and seeding in one pass. Yeah. Anyway, very random. I do apologise. It's just one of those things you think, oh, bit of knowledge sharing and all that jazz. But yes, we are all progressing very, very well. I need to have a bit of a scout as to how many fields are left, because I'm conscious of time. But yeah, there's nothing to say that we will not just carry on, get them all done off camera. So let me just demonstrate. Technically this is forward and it's mulching. How cool's that? I did not know that at all. There you go. Anybody finds a 9-metre drill, direct preferably, that would work with that, or an 8-metre one, and yeah, let me know in the comments below, because it could make for a decent one-pass solution. So this is quite cool. We've got Marnix doing the drilling over there to the right. Got Eagles doing the cultivating just in front of us there, and we're mulching away quite happily. Got one more field to do, and I'd completely forgotten about this field. Field 62. Don't even know. Did we ever harvest this? Did we come in a different way to get to it? Oh, not that way. On a bit of a hill. Did we ever cut this one? I honestly can't remember. Was it accessed from down here? No. Oh, blow me down. Oh, was this the one that we got that was... Just Trying to think. Was this one that was just planted when we got it? I wonder. I can't remember doing anything in here. Remind me, somebody, if we have. But I think that's going to be it for today. We are going to crack on. We're going to carry on recording. This has been great fun again. Thank you both for joining me. If you've enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. If not, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.